As you can see, the political temperature is rising as Delhi chokes. Delhi Minister Parvesh Verma, who you just heard, has launched a sharp attack on the Aam Aadmi Party, saying the pollution crisis is the result of 11 years of inaction. So that blame game continuing between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party is hit back. Arvind Kejriwal declared Delhi has turned into a gas chamber, accusing the centre of indifference and alleging AQI manipulation. So while we cannot breathe easy here in the national capital, you have that political face-off continuing between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. In an exclusive interview with Delhi's Environment Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa, he spoke about his plans and visions to curb Delhi's high pollution levels.
Now the questions are being raised that you are in fact saying that it was 11 years of inaction by the previous government, but where is your accountability are the questions.
My accountability is here. I am standing on the road. That's my accountability. I am accountable to you. I am accountable to people of Delhi. That is the reason. If we talk about last year's pollution, first of all, I must tell you through your TV channel NDTV, next 7 days are not good. The weather won't be, there will be too much of fog, and this fog will convert to smog. Because of the last year data, what I am going through, in last year, these 7 days, starting from 15th to 27th of December, it was average 450 AQI. Even if we will able to bring 100 or 130 points or 150 points lower, which is around 300, 350, I think that is the best could be done in this situation.
ये कहा जाता था कि पंजाब की पराली की वजह से दिल्ली का पोल्यूशन है, पंजाब की पराली की वजह। अभी इस वक्त जैसे अभी परसों या कल मान साहब ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी वीडियो के ज़रिए, इन्होंने सारा डेटा दिया कि किस तरह से अभी इस वक्त पूरे पंजाब के सभी शहरों का AQI 70 से 100 के बीच में है। तो अगर पंजाब में कोई धुआं नहीं है, पंजाब में इस टाइम कोई पराली नहीं जल रही, तो फिर इस वक्त जो भी पोल्यूशन है दिल्ली में, वो दिल्ली का अपना पोल्यूशन है। और दिल्ली को ये पोल्यूशन दूर करने के लिए दिल्ली को और केंद्र सरकार को उचित कदम उठाने चाहिए।
The toxic air pollution continues in the national capital. You also have politics speaking as usual, no solutions, band-aid solutions, and the BJP blaming the Aam Aadmi Party, the Aam Aadmi Party hitting right back. But I have with me two people there on your screens, two men who made the very wise decision of moving out of the national capital. I have with me Ankit Gupta. Ankit left Delhi in early 2024. He moved to Goa with his wife and daughter. I also have with me Jaydhar Gupta, who is a clean air activist, and he has moved to Uttarakhand recently. Ankit and Jaydhar, thank you so much for joining us. I'll start with you, Ankit. Are you breathing easy today? You moved early in 2024. When you see what we just discussed on our screens, the blame game, do you breathe easy today? Is this a decision you don't regret at all? Tell us what you faced in the national capital that made you make that decision.
Absolutely, Vedika. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Let me just start off by simply saying that when anyone has to leave the capital in search of clean air, then it's a sign that pollution is no longer an environmental issue, it's a survival issue. We made that decision in 2024, early 2024. Delhi is choking. It's on your screens. We were suffering through respiratory issues. We are suffering and having different medications all throughout the winters. It became a norm. As you can see, there's nothing that's happened with the pollution. Yes, we've moved to Goa. It's clean air, crisp air, and it's a good choice that we think that we made.
Was the tipping point? Was it that your daughter had to go in for an adenoid surgery? Was that the tipping point, you'd say?
Absolutely. So having seen, your kids or your parents cough throughout the year, respiratory issues, she wasn't getting okay with her cold for quite a long time. And when we had to go through numerous doctors, we found out that it was the Delhi pollution, the dust, everything around that was happening in the environment. People usually say that it's, we are going to get immune to it. It's not about immunity here. It was, we had to get a surgery done. And we decided to take this informed decision and move out of Delhi.
Ankit, it's not an easy decision. You're moving bag and baggage, you're moving schools. It wouldn't have been easy for you. So it really must have been, just the frustration of it all as a citizen of Delhi to actually make that move. Now, when you look back, tell us how you don't regret this decision. You're breathing easy. We're envious of you as well as Jaidhar at this point, given that you're in Goa, he's in Uttarakhand, and I'm going to go to Jaidhar in a moment from now. But I hope the Delhi government is watching this interaction. What is your message to them as a parent, as a citizen, as someone who had to move out of Delhi to Goa?
Absolutely. So it wasn't easy. It was, you have to leave your family behind. You have to leave your work behind. You have to leave a lot of things that matter to you, the comfort back home. The adjustment is real. But when you get clean air to breathe, it's all worthwhile. I don't think this is a very difficult situation for the Delhi government at the moment. Sustained action, it has to be a very long-term solution that the government needs to put in practice. I hope all the promises that they are mentioning, they are kept, rather than us going through this time and again and more people migrating out of the city.
I'm going to bring in Jaidhar as well, who's been patiently waiting. Jaidhar, you're in Uttarakhand, I believe. You left Delhi's toxic airshed recently and are now focusing on large-scale ecological restoration. What was the tipping point for you, sir?
So, Vedika, I was diagnosed with bronchial asthma and early signs of COPD in 2013. And this is when I was fit and training for a marathon. So active people are at a greater risk. I was also part of the first air pollution task force set up by the Delhi government in 2015. And out of this task force came the first odd even. So I have a very good understanding of the science. I have a very good understanding of what it's going to take to reverse this air pollution. And I have a very good understanding of how long it's going to take from the day we start. And we haven't even started yet. When I put all those things together, the math is very easy. The health cost of living in Delhi far outweighs the economic benefit of living in Delhi.
But Jaidhar, so it's not a luxury. It's not a luxury everyone can afford. You've managed,
Certainly.
Ankit has managed, but this is not going to be the long-term solution, or rather the short-term solution for people. Now you're in Uttarakhand. When you look back at your days here and now your lifestyle, you're healthier perhaps in Uttarakhand, you don't regret this decision at all. But as a clean air activist, very quickly, because I have to wrap up, I want to understand from you, what are the basics that the Delhi government can do right away instead of looking away from the problem or blaming the Aam Aadmi Party at this point?
Well, we need to bring Swachh Bharat back. We know all the sources of emissions. We need to attack all the sources of emissions, even if it takes policies of incentivizing good behavior and penalizing bad behavior. If we know private combustion engine vehicles and two-stroke scooters are the problem, then we need to attack those and make the cost of having them operational on the roads in Delhi and NCR really high, and incentivize public transportation. So I mean it's not rocket science. And we have lots of learnings and best practices from other cities and countries who face similar problems and solve these problems. It's not rocket science.
All right, so you have on your screens two people, Ankit and Jaidhar. I hate to use this term, but we will call them pollution refugees for now, because it's a hard-hitting term that people need to understand, and more than people, the politicians of Delhi need to understand. That blame game needs to end, band-aid solutions need to end, and procrastination needs to end. When you say that the Yamuna cannot be clean in 6 months, it's going to take 2 to 3 years. Thank you so much, Ankit, as well as Jaidhar. I'm very envious of the two of you, and I'm just hoping that before all of us are forced to make the decision that the two of you have made, there is some intent and an action plan that is strong enough to bring back clean air, which is the right for every citizen here in Delhi as well as India. Thank you for joining me live there. But we leave you with a reminder.